Baiyin, a secluded industrial city in the heart of China. For 28 years, this city lived in a shadow that wore the face of a normal man, a quiet neighbor, a devoted father. But behind closed doors, he was a monster. Between 1988 and 2002, 11 women disappeared into their own homes only to be found in scenes that haunted veteran detectives for decades. His signature? A fascination with the color red. The police had his fingerprints, they had his DNA. They even tested almost every adult male in the city. But the killer? He was a ghost. Until 2016, when a minor crime by a distant relative triggered a scientific breakthrough that no one saw coming. This is the story of Gao Chengyong, the Baiyin serial killer. The nightmare began on a spring afternoon in 1988. The first victim was a 23-year-old woman, known locally as Little White Shoes for her distinctive footwear. She was found in her home, brutalized. It was shocking, but at first, police thought it was an isolated crime of passion. They were wrong. Over the next 14 years, the attacks continued with terrifying regularity. The killer developed a specific modus operandi. He didn't strike at night in dark alleys. He operated during the day, in the mid-morning or afternoon. He would stalk single women, often targeting those wearing red clothing. He followed them back to their apartments, waiting for the moment they unlocked their doors and then pushed his way inside. The violence inside those homes was extreme. We will not detail the specific injuries here, but they involved sexual assault and severe mutilation, particularly targeting the victim's reproductive organs. The victims ranged in age from young adults to an innocent 8-year-old girl. No woman in Baiyin felt safe. By the late 90s, panic had gripped the industrial city. Women stopped wearing red. Fathers escorted daughters to school. Husbands rushed home from shifts at the factories. The city was under siege by an invisible enemy. It wasn't that the police weren't trying. In fact, the Baiyin investigation was one of the largest manhunts in Chinese history. Investigators were thorough. They collected crucial evidence early on. Fingerprints, footprints, and most importantly, semen samples containing the killer's DNA. But in the 1990s, DNA databases were in their infancy in China. Having a sample meant nothing if you had no one to compare it to. Desperate authorities launched a massive screening program. They attempted to collect fingerprints and blood samples from almost every adult male living in Baiyin City. Tens of thousands were tested. The result? Nothing. The killer was somehow slipping through the net. Psychological profilers suggested the killer must be a loner, perhaps unemployed, with a history of mental instability. They were looking for a monster on the fringes of society. They were looking in the wrong direction. 2002. The killings suddenly stopped. For 14 years, the case went cold. The Baiyin monster became a dark legend. Then came 2016. The breakthrough didn't come from a brilliant detective noticing a clue at a crime scene. It started with a bribe. A man in a different city was arrested for a minor corruption charge. As per standard procedure, his DNA was taken. When his DNA was run through the national database, sirens went off. It wasn't a direct match to the Baiyin killer, but it was a partial match on the Y chromosome. The Y chromosome is passed down almost unchanged from father to son. This meant the arrested corrupt official and the brutal serial killer shared a common male ancestor. They were distant relatives. The police had a surname. They narrowed their search to a specific clan in a rural village nearby. They systematically tested the men in that family tree. The trail led them to a small grocery store located inside a vocational school in Baiyin. The owner was a mild-mannered 52-year-old man named Gao Chengyong. When police arrived to take his DNA, he didn't run. He remained unsettlingly calm. The lab results confirmed it immediately. He was the one. The city was stunned. Gao Chengyong wasn't a loner on the fringe. He was married. He had 2 sons who had graduated from top universities. His neighbors described him as quiet, polite, and utterly unremarkable. In court, he confessed to all 11 murders with the same chilling detachment he showed when arrested. He offered no real motive other than an impulse to kill. For 28 years, one of the most vicious predators in modern history hid in plain sight, selling snacks to students by day and hunting their sisters by night. It took cutting-edge science to finally see behind his mask of sanity.